Morning Show.
Good morning, muy buenos días y bienvenidos todos a esta edición del Sugar City Morning Show. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Nortevisión, Canal 10, aquí en Trout Farm, en la calle San Lorenzo, y es un gran privilegio poder entrar hasta sus hogares. Muchas gracias por ese privilegio. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo por cable, lo que permite que nuestra audiencia en Corozal, Orinjuak, Ciudad Belice, Belmopan, Santa Elena, San Ignacio, Benque Viejo, San José Socos, Tangrí y Punta Gorda nos puedan ver. También estamos transmitiendo por aire. Es un servicio especial para la gente que vive en el norte del país, completamente gratis de parte de la familia Vega, completamente gratis, que es patrocinado también por ciertos negocios que permiten que esta señal llegue hasta tu casa. También estamos en el internet por Facebook. En Facebook simplemente tienes que entrar en la página Sugar City Morning Show y ves el programa sin ningún problema. Y lo bonito es que lo puedes ver a la hora que quieras. Muchas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. Buenos días, ¿cómo se encuentran hoy? Ojalá y bien. Nosotros aquí muy bien, gracias. No digamos por decir todo lo mejor que pudiéramos estar, pero hoy día hay que darle gracias a Dios por lo que tenemos, por lo que nos dan, a la medida que nos dan, y no estar refurfuneando porque pudiéramos estar mejor. Quién sabe que pudiéramos estar peor también. Padre, te doy las gracias por todas tus bendiciones, por lo que me das hoy, a la medida que lo que me das. Muchas gracias por tus bendiciones, la vida, la salud, las fuerzas, por tu perdón que nos ofreces absolutamente gratis, por tus cuidados, por las experiencias, porque tú nos hablas a través de las experiencias. Gracias por la conciencia, esa es tu presencia en mí. Gracias, Padre, por nuestros familiares, por el bienestar que nos das. Gracias, Padre, por el trabajo arduo. El trabajo arduo, sí. Padre, gracias por todo esto, porque sabes que tú haces todo por nuestro camino, nos amas intensamente, nos quieres ver que todo vaya bien y haces todo por nuestro camino. Esa es mi creencia. Y esa creencia me da confianza y me da seguridad. Y entonces no estoy refunfuñando por lo que pudo haber sucedido, porque para mí el hubiera no existe. Sucedió, sucedió, no sucedió, no sucedió. Gracias, Padre, por esa fe. Permíteme hoy poder aumentar mi fe. Poder creer, creer, creer. Porque eso es tiempo de creer. Padre, hoy te pido por las personas que están enfermas, las personas que están sufriendo luego de la pérdida de un ser querido, la familia Ávila, la familia Cal, la familia Briceño. También, Padre, te pido por todos nosotros que tengamos un bonito día, que podamos ser humildes y dejar de ser tan egoístas, hipócritas, mentirosos. Que podamos ser auténticamente humildes, auténticamente sinceros, no pretendiendo ser. Padre, hoy te entrego ese día, que se haga tu voluntad. Alabado seas, Padre, te alabamos, te glorificamos y bendecimos tu nombre siempre. Amén. See, if you've just joined us, it is exactly 6 minutes after 7 o'clock, and today is the 24th of July. A propósito, si estás cumpliendo años, si estás cumpliendo años, quiero enviarte saludos. No sé quiénes son las personas que están cumpliendo años hoy, pero existe un instrumento que nos pudiera dar. eh, eh, vamos a ver, vamos a ver. Enid Morales, felicidades. José Paredes, bueno, eso vive en México. Luis Abella, buenos días, ¿qué tal? Muchas felicidades. Son tres personas que en mi, en mi Facebook que cumplen años hoy. Que la pasen muy bien. En realidad, todo lo mejor para esas personas. Aunque no haya mencionado su nombre, pero sabes quién eres, que la pases de maravilla hoy. Recuerda que todo en moderación es permitido. Eh, esta es el This is the general weather forecast for today, Wednesday, 24th of July, and the general situation says mainly fair weather will prevail today with a temporary increase in moisture over the next 24 hours. I wish to God they would stop using the word fair because fair doesn't say much. It doesn't say much. The 24-hour forecast mostly sunny today and cloudy at times tonight. Showers or thunderstorms will be isolated except for slightly more over the mountains this afternoon, then south and some coastal areas tonight and early tomorrow morning. The winds blowing from the east, 5 to 15 knots. Sea state, light chop. The temperatures along the coast, 88 as a high, 81 as a low. Inland, 94 degrees as a high, and 72 as a low. That's nice. And in the hills, 82 degrees Fahrenheit as a high, and 68 as a low. The outlook for tomorrow, Thursday and Thursday night, is for similar weather conditions to prevail. A low tide occurs this morning at 9:39, a high tide at 2:59 this afternoon, a second low tide at 9:18 tonight, and a second high tide tomorrow morning at 3:31. The sun rose this morning at 5:29, and the sun is setting today at 6:28, just as I thought. The moon is setting this morning at 11:42 because it's out, and then the moon is rising at 11:46 tonight. And thank you, forecaster Sheena Young. Buenos días, aquí les va el reporte del estado del tiempo para hoy, miércoles, julio 24. Y a propósito, si estás cumpliendo años hoy, estás celebrando un aniversario o lo que estés celebrando, que la pases muy bien. ¿Qué es la situación general? Buen tiempo. Eso es lo que dice el Buró Meteorológico, que vamos a tener buen tiempo. Y luego entonces está de repente un aumento en la cantidad de humedad sobre el área durante las siguientes 24 horas. Entonces, hoy, para las siguientes 24 horas, soleado, más soleado que nada, y luego nublado por momentos por la noche. Y entonces veremos chubascos y tronadas aisladas ocurriendo por el país, y luego en las montañas se estarán viendo un poco más de lo normal, de lo que nosotros estemos viendo hoy por la tarde. Y luego el sur y las áreas de la costa hoy por la noche verán chubascos y tronadas mañana temprano por la mañana. Así que hoy parcialmente nublado con cielos soleados, y luego por la tarde y por la noche chubascos aislados, excepto en las montañas y en la costa en el sur. Verán un poco más de lo que nosotros estaremos viendo. Los vientos del este, 5 a 15 nudos, en la zona del mar ligeramente agitado, temperaturas por la costa 88 como una máxima, 81 como una mínima, en el interior 94 una máxima, 72 como una mínima, y a días no vemos 72 como una mínima, y por las colinas 82 como una máxima y 68 como una mínima. ¿Qué se espera mañana jueves y jueves por la noche? Condiciones similares. Una marea baja a las 9:39, una alta a las 2:59 hoy por la tarde, otra marea baja a las 9:18 por la noche y otra marea alta a las 3:31 mañana por la madrugada. El sol salió hoy a las 5:29 y tal como dije, el sol se oculta hoy un minuto más antes, 6:28. Y la luna se oculta a las 11:42 hoy por la mañana y sale a las 11:46 hoy por la noche. Muchas gracias, Sheena Young. También dándole las gracias a nuestros patrocinadores. A&R Stores, Digi, Government of Belize Information Service, Belize Tourist Board, Banquitas House of Culture, German Vega & Sons, Vega Imports, Vega Distributors y Jelly's Meat Shop. Vamos a una pausa, son las 7:12 y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes luego de estos anuncios. Vamos a esta pausa.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, rush runs, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Every friendly competition has a winner and a loser, a runner-up, a second best, someone that just doesn't have what it takes. Our friends know this feeling all too well. Since Digi introduced their new prepaid data plans, Digi fans have been happier than ever. While the other guys, their plans just can't even compare. Digi's new plans have the best value for your dollar. That's more data for less money, with even more options. So keep being a winner and keep living your best life with Digi.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a
baller. Someone come, yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa.
But who no?
Fastest question of the day. What you the letter?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
No, man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the environment.
So all of that? Well, now that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. At this moment, at exactly 7:16, I ask you to please join me in welcoming Mr. Robert Checky Usher to the show. Good morning, Checky.
Morning, Mr. Martinez.
How are you doing this morning?
Fine.
I'm glad you are
I'm
fine.
chikungunya and Zika free.
Mm-hmm. Well, I noticed that I was watching the news yesterday, and the number of cases of dengue has increased tremendously. And it actually is frightening, because if you take the figures for 2018 and the figures for 2017 and you combine them both, this year we've had more cases than that total. So which means that two things. We're either not keeping our areas clean, not keeping our areas clean, and are not seeking keeping our areas clean and not killing the mosquitoes. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Because if we were doing that, then we would have less cases of dengue. It's very simple. Yesterday we had the people from Vector Control here, and they were trying to impress us, and I think we managed to do that. But sometimes I wonder if it was enough for us to be able to get us into this work mode, or mood, whatever you want to call it, where we clean up the areas and we make sure that there are no breeding areas around us to harboring mosquitoes. But no sé, es lo que a mí me preocupa, que la indiferencia de la gente, el concepto de que no nos importa, mientras que estamos viendo que el dengue aumenta y aumenta a niveles de crisis. A niveles de crisis. Si el año 2017 y el 2008 los combinas, este año hemos tenido más de que esos 2 años combinados. Y dengue no es una enfermedad que puedas tomar ligeramente, o por decir que no es peligroso. Claro que es peligroso. Si lo consigues de vuelta, te puedes conseguir hemorragia, puedes conseguir fiebres, puedes conseguir todo tipo de situación que pudiera ser hasta fatal. Así que nada más te invito a tener conciencia de esta situación y de reaccionar como debe reaccionar.
When we hear of missing persons stories, girls running away, then you hear the report home safely, it's a happy ending. But there was not a happy ending for the Nino family there in the valley of East Area and Belmopan. You know, this elder person, Mr. Porfirio Nino, 65 years old. You know, he was reported missing from the 21st of July. When was the 21st, pa? Sunday, no? Yeah, Sunday. That was from Sunday. We understand that his daughter, Lamira Rivas, reported that on the 20th, she made that report, and however, police was, or she was trying to get in touch with her dad, but no communication was established between both of them. You know, she's been calling. He said, well, make us send credit for me, pa, because maybe you don't have credit for calling me back. And then decide for, like, you know, make we go see what happened. Because she said that she was sleeping and she dreamt that her dad, he dreamed say, pa, me dead.
Mm-hmm.
Then he may feel weird and then gone back and sleep again. And if he said that he dreamed that he appeared at our house and he said a lot of people and they had a wake, and the wake was for her dad, no? You know, and then she said, well, make them start a search in Ghana camp. They find the phone there with over 100 missed calls, even the credit that she sent to his phone. And when they find out that I think he said he find one of the foot off a pair. I don't know if that's the foot or that the shoes he will talk about. And then the husband they call and cancel the cement, they go check, and when they start to find, then he asked Mr. Call John Saldiva. John Saldiva tell her, yes man, we help you with the search and everything, no? I think John is her area representative. And then you get to find out that some person found this elder person in a shallow grave. buried. When she called the police, the police said that is not so. But then afterwards, when they gone and she went there, he find out that yes, it was her dad.
Was there a letter?
Yeah, I understand there is a letter that he wrote,
Mhm.
and he left that letter, but I believe that letter is in the hands of the police. I hope she has a photocopy of the letter. You know, kind of know how these things go sometimes.
You
Evidence
mean you lose it?
evidence are disappeared sometime. But it's sad to know, Emmanuel, who want to kill a man who was 65 years old. She said that they may have some person who threatened her. I don't know if that may for the land or what was going on. So she invited her to let's go live with me, man. Let's go live with me. And she said, he tell her, no, man, nobody had do me nothing right there. I know the father said nobody. Then they decide that they may go and go live with her. But then it took too long.
Well, tell you what. The man is dead, and we extend our condolences to the family of Miss Yanira Rivas. It's hard, because especially knowing that they murdered your father. Literally murdered, or anybody else.
Yeah, I understand that it was done with machete.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the dengue, what you were talking, Mr. Martinez, somebody says checks pollution of the river is adding to the dengue problem.
Well, I would like the people from vector control to comment on that, but generally, the mosquitoes that are responsible for the spread of dengue don't like dirty water, and the river is very dirty. They prefer clean water, safe water, so that their little, what you call them? The little wiggle waggle can live. The wiggle waggle can't live in the river. It's too poisoned.
Yeah.
It's way too poisoned. But you have made a point, a very, very, very strong point. I have become involved in that issue of the pollution of the river, and I have done my share. I think that at this point, it would be safe for me to tell you that I have requesting the Department of the Environment to do its job. I'm also asking those people who have concerns. No, let me say this differently. All those people who may be influencing the situation in the river with effluents or with hot water or with anything, to please abide with the Department of the Environment controls. We know that at the end of the day, the sugar industry would like for it to stay here. But I don't believe that we should be held ransom by people who, because they know we need them, that means that we must tolerate everything. I do believe that the Department of Environment has on some occasions written to one of the companies, notably ASR, and asked them to put up some sort of cooling process because they were found guilty of thermal pollution. Thermal pollution means hot water. None of these companies actually spew out, globs of poison into the river or anything like that. It's what happens in the river after certain things are being thrown into the river. The hot water, the effluence that comes out of the factory that has remnants of caustic soda. It has remnants of hydrochloric acid. It has remnants of molasses, sugars, etc., etc., etc. And when combined with the hot water that comes out of the little area, what happens? There's a bloom of something called, I don't even know what it is. It's an algae or something like that, and gives and this thing is a small microorganisms that eat out the sweetness in the molasses and the sugars and so forth. And they found out that in environments where it is hot or hotter, that the problem was made larger. In other words, the hotter the environment, the more they would grow, and the less oxygen would be made available for the fish in the area. The fish, there's something called BOD, that is oxygen demand or something like that. And if I can remember all the, what you call it from the report, and that is quickly, the oxygen in the water is quickly done with. The fish can't breathe in the water. They have to come up and breathe, and most of them die. The stench begins, and the general smell of putrefaction, pudrición, is what emanates. I can smell it all the way into my living room.
There is an ex-company on the river as well, Pa. But you mentioned that one of the companies was found guilty of this. So why is it that it is still happening?
I think that the last meeting there was with Belize Sugar Industries at ASR, they mentioned that they were putting up a cooling system for the water and that they had plans to put up a cooling system. I don't know if that has happened, but that is one of the more important things that needs to happen, because that water is boiling hot when it goes into the river. And according to Esselman's report, and we do have Esselman's report to substantiate this, in that area where the water goes in, the oxygen level is the lowest. Okay? The absolute lowest, which means that they are directly responsible for it.
Somebody sent a text and saying, what about the stench from the tortilla factory?
The tortilla factory is a small player when it comes to this. I don't think that they throw anything that is dangerous to the river. As a matter of fact, I can tell you that whenever they, I have visited them both. And both of them tell me that they don't throw out the corn that is being washed out, something like that. I was told that now they reuse it in some form or manner. So it's only the water that gushes out.
Yeah, I was wrong in the area yesterday when they had the funeral for Mr. Eloy. Why that thing smell real high, pa? The river really smells.
The river.
Yeah, the river. Yeah, the river.
I'm saying the river. Because the way you mentioned it was in the tortilla factory. No, the river.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm smelling it all the way into my bedroom.
Yeah.
In Otrobenke. And I'm not that close to the river.
Yeah, we have a text that said that BSI was to make bigger pits for their waterways, and he said it is overflowing now.
Well, I don't know if it's overflowing. That is a
possibility.
Your information that you're giving us, I don't know, but I gathered that when it rains heavily, that there is a possibility of it flowing over. Yes, but how much of it can flow out
to cause that damage? Because it's a big damage.
How much of it can actually flow out? And if it flow out, it'll flow out in the immediate area. It will flow out into in leaps and bounds into the river. So let's be careful with that information.
Yeah, and It's sad to see that so many people suffers like what you say because of some investment. You might just keep your eyes closed and hear nothing when it's really reported, and it's sad because it affects the entire community.
It's one of those. I'll be honest with you. It's one of those lost cases where we could go in and we could have meetings and we could have this and nothing will ever be done.
Yeah, but talking about those meetings, Mr. Martinez, when they had those meetings, you attended some of those meetings. What came out from those meetings?
But that's exactly my point. It's a lost case.
So the persons that were there with the concerns.
It's a lost case because one, there seems to be a number of things missing. But most important of all, what is missing is commitment to solve the problem. Because if I am not going to be 100% committed to solving the problem, because, there may be repercussions to my business, or there may be repercussions to my hotel, or there may be repercussions to my restaurant, or there may be repercussions to my whatever business you're running, and that's why you're not involved, well then, don't get involved. Leave that to somebody else who's not afraid of going into and do the commitment. Very simple.
Yeah, in reference of
but at the end of the day, don't lead us into believing that you're doing something when at the end of the day, you're not. And that's the reason why I actually got out of the committee, out of the meetings, because I thought honestly that it was a waste of time.
Yeah. And pertaining to what we were discussing.
I'm sorry. Asking BSI to be present at the what you call it, of course they're gonna deny everything. Come on, for God's sake. You think they're gonna be stupid enough to accept that they're the ones who are responsible? And of course everybody else is going to deny that they do it. But at the end of the day, everybody knows who is responsible for it. Or don't you?
So it's like this song that the Go-Go's made, Our Lips Are Sealed.
Our lips are sealed.
Yep. To pertaining to what we were discussing earlier, somebody sent a text and said, it happens with this gentleman there in Belmopan, the same that it happens with the young girl here in Orange Walk, because the police, they usually take too long to respond.
Well, I'm asking a question now. Was there any arrests on that person?
Why? I know
for the murder of this young lady?
Yeah.
Has anything happened? Because they'll go right into oblivion, and then somebody's going to be murdered, and we're going to forget poor Miss Novello, and who murdered she, and
Dwayne forgot it already?
Because Dwayne is forgotten already, and everybody else is forgotten, and those chapters are closed, and me and we're going on. We're going on. I think that we need to find out from the police what's going on with these cases, if they are stuck on a case or what. If they don't know how to solve the cases, but they give the chance to somebody else. But the public is crying out very loud for answers. And if you can't provide the answers, then there's something terribly wrong.
Yep. The police department has too many favorable persons working here in Orange Walk. That's why some cases are not answered.
What do you mean favorable?
I don't know what I mean. Must say they must talk about they got friends and they do favor to them and things like that. I don't know if that.
I have no comment to that what you call it, because I don't know what it means.
But it's sad that these things are happening and there is no closure.
There's no closure. That's a fact.
There's no closure.
But one thing that a family would like to get is closure.
Yeah.
We want to know that
certain person were arrested.
Maybe, brother, if somebody ever murdered him, that who's responsible?
Yeah.
Because I'm never going to be at peace with myself, knowing that that sucker is still out there.
Yeah. Because what happened, well, we see this big case they go on Mason right now, over and over, day by day. It's a big case, but not because that is a big case, then importance are not supposed to put in the other cases as well. Because all cases are important when it comes to somebody losing their life.
That's right.
You know? But we need to take a little break, Pa.
Yeah, we're at that point where we need to take a quick break. We're going to have guests today.
Yeah, we should be.
We will have guests today. We're talking basketball today. So, but we'll take a break at the moment, and we'll be right back with you.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
On Wednesday, May 8th, Belizeans soundly decided to take the unfounded Guatemalan claim to the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. According to the special agreement, this is what happens next. 1. By June 8, 2019, the government of Belize will submit the 2008 special agreement to the ICJ. Guatemala has already done so since their referendum was held in 2018. This will give the ICJ official authority to hear the dispute and to deliver a final binding result. The ICJ will then prepare a notice of when the trial will commence. 2. Next, Guatemala will have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to submit their case to the ICJ. 3. Belize will then have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to respond to Guatemala's submission. 4. From there, Guatemala will be given up to 6 months to reply to our arguments, and 5. Belize will then have up to 6 months thereafter to reply to Guatemala's response. 6. After the period of written arguments ends, the ICJ may allow additional pleadings, including oral arguments, and would set deadlines for those. 7. Once the timeline for arguments has ended, the ICJ will deliberate and make a ruling in accordance with the instructions and authorities granted to them by Belize and Guatemala, as per the 2008 special agreement. 8. After the ICJ's ruling is delivered, Belize and Guatemala will have 3 months to establish a joint commission to physically demarcate the boundaries between the two countries in accordance with the ICJ's ruling. The entire process will take no less than 4 years and can be as many as 6 years. This ICJ process will bring a final end to this long-standing Belize-Guatemala dispute. Belize and Guatemala will be able to put old divisions and antagonisms behind us and ensure that peace, development, and cooperation prevail.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una.
Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el...
¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Residents of Dangriga now have their very own brand new modernized multi-purpose complex, compliments of the government of Belize. This $3.5 million investment in the cultural capital will host sporting events, cultural events, and shows, and can double as a hurricane shelter. Features include seating for 1,000, a fully FIBA certified wooden court, locker rooms with full bathrooms, a stage and changing rooms backstage, concession stands, office space, and ample parking. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass Project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It is exactly 14 minutes before 8 o'clock. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Las 8 menos 14 minutos. Ojalá y su mañana esté todo saliendo a su agrado, aquí con el señor Robert Chequioso. Y estamos hablando de varios temas, pero hoy es miércoles, hoy vamos a tener invitados, pero mientras tanto estamos hablando acerca de la podrición del río. ¿Y qué es lo que lo está causando? Entiendo de que el sábado vino el Departamento del Medio Ambiente a hacer la fachada, así lo digo yo, la fachada, a tomar estos, a tomar el otro, a mí me importa que digan, porque ya lo han hecho varias veces y cuando van a dar reportes nos insultan con sus reportes. Yo creo que al final del día, y yo no tengo ningún problema con decirles de que ahí hay gato escondido en sus reportes. Lo siento mucho, pero soy pelado, así como es. Yo al final del día siento por la gente que vive en el río para que me des una explicación más tonta.
Ellos solo vienen para hacer un show, pues.
Que el río es pobrecito, el río es too sluggish, que el río va muy despacio y que por eso no da tiempo para que salgan los contaminantes. Ve a decirle eso a tu abuela. Porque por más despacio que esté el río, si no hubiera los contaminantes ahí, el agua caliente, no hay. Pero estás buscándole una forma para no aceptar de que alguien está trabajando contigo para que no descubrir la verdadera razón. La verdadera razón es de que están dopeando grandes cantidades de agua hirviendo al río. Grandes cantidades de agua hirviendo. Puedes rebosar un huevo ahí. Ves el agua como está, todo el área se ve negro. Porque también ahí cerca lavan los barges. Y toda esa maleza, toda esa cosa cae al río. Los microbios proliferan. Se aumentan porque dicen, aleluya, aquí es buffet. Aquí mira cuánta azúcar hay. Y se lo comen y lo comen y lo comen. Microbios pequeños, chiquititos. Y luego entonces esos microbios proliferan tanto que se aumentan tanto que van comiendo todo el oxígeno porque tienen que vivir en el río. El pobre pez no puede respirar dentro del río y se muere. Se muere. Así que cuando ves que el río tiene esa capa, créeme que esa capa es siempre una indicación de que el río está severamente contaminado. Cuando ves que el río queda verde, no es porque le tiraron veneno verde ahí dentro, no enteramente, es porque es el crecimiento de ese microbio que se vuelve verde. Y que pues cuando ves el río, pues no lo ves, así en tu mano no los ves, pero bajo un microscopio lo puedes ver. Millones y millones y millones de microbios ahí, comiendo el azúcar y los otros productos que tiran, y consumiendo el oxígeno, y luego entonces en condiciones calientes como esas, olvídate, el pobre pescado no puede vivir. El pobre pez no puede vivir. Pero el Departamento del Medio Ambiente sabe esto. No puedes decir que no lo saben. Ellos ya en una ocasión ya le dijeron al BSI que tienen que poner medidas para enfriar su agua antes que llegue al río. No sé si lo han hecho. Lo último que escuché hace un par de años es de que estaba en proceso de hacerlo. Pero saben que son responsables por su agua. Pero por no gastarse $1 millón o $500,000 en un enfriador, tenemos que nosotros aguantar la chinga. Así es. Perdóname la palabra, pero así es. Entonces, y también al otro lado es de que, pues sabemos de que si se va a BSI, pues se va a nuestra industria. Así que muchas veces nos forzamos a callar nuestra boca. Pero yo no creo que es correcto eso. Yo creo que BSI, tanto como cualquier otro negocio o quien sea, debe de cumplir con sus promesas de poner un enfriador de su agua, un proceso para enfriar su agua. Este proceso no solo aquí en Belice sucede, como sucede en Brasil, como sucede en la India, y todo lo que ya leí indica que el mismo problema sucede.
How does Mexico control that, pa?
I don't know how Mexico, I did not read about Mexico, but I read about problems in India and in the Philippines and in Brazil.
So there's measures that can be taken to avoid what is happening.
Yes, obviously you put in coolers.
So it's the heat of the water that's causing the damage?
It's one of the problems that's causing the what you call it, because in conjunction with the heat, remember, there's a problem already, but in conjunction with another problem, the problem is intensified and made worse.
Yeah, so there is no breathing in the river.
There's no oxygen in the river.
No oxygen. So all the fishes in the river, they're dead out.
I don't know if I haven't done a census of it, but the fish can't breathe.
Yeah. So often people used to go by the river go fishing to get a little meal or make one business.
Well, it's not all the river. It's in certain areas. Certain areas where you can actually the currents pass.
Yeah.
Where the river is hot.
So we're looking at.
And in certain areas in the same section, the river is cold, depending on where the current is passing.
Oh, okay.
You understand me?
Yes.
I could today in a hot water, and a young man could fish in a tree, and he could get fish.
So
but he never decide.
So it's not all the way down?
It's not all the way down. It is from the mouth of the river by where they take out the water, up the way to here, and up to a certain area past where you have the effect. But the hot water is in that area. There's a gentleman who came all the way from the States. His name is Esselman, and he did a 20-page, 30-page report on it, and found out, like everybody else, that nothing new did go on there. Esselman has written his report. Why not read Esselman? Esselman's report is right there. It's the hot water. You find out that when those conditions are worsened with the presence of hot water, the problem just goes out a little bit.
Yeah.
This one say yo no lo hice, el otro dice yo no lo hice, el otro dice yo no lo hice. Yo no soy culpable. And the environment, I don't know if money that in pocket is making them. I don't know, maybe.
But this problem is not only today, Mr. Martinez.
But that's exactly the reason why you're led to believe that there has to be some sort of payoff involved. Because this is not to the day.
Yeah, I remember way back that said you used to go smell it all the way in the Cinderella area when it was strong those days back. And that time the river may look green.
And they make it so difficult right now in the part of the environment webpage. And I swear to God, I know that some years ago it was easier to navigate their webpage, and they must be laughing at me right now. Because it's difficult to get the press releases and the notices that they've sent out to different people.
Why would they do that?
Think.
Why would they do that? If it's difficult for you to access their page, why don't they just close them page in?
But they're not. Come on. They want to have a presence in the web, but they don't want to disclose certain things.
But presence without information is not productive.
Hey, if you go on them page, you ask, where can I find a piece of paper that says that on the previous visit to the area of the new river that they found thermal pollution by such and such a person and warn it. Yeah. If somebody could find it, please call me. I found it on a separate occasion. I printed it, but right now with their new format, it goes like legislation, services, applications, checklists, guidelines, publications, EIAs, environmental impact assessment, ECPs, news, and links. And you go into search for see maybe the documents, new river pollution, contamination, it comes up to 0.
Maybe they're not updated yet, man.
Huh?
Maybe it's not updated.
Oh, please, check it.
Maybe the information is not there yet, Mr.
Oh,
Martinez.
please check it, please. Then shame on them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's, I'm not going to be easy with them. I'm not going to be easy with them. I think that people are suffering. You know how people suffer when they live by the riverside? You know, I was talking to Mrs. Leiva, Maidi's wife, and she go like, Manuel, tuvimos que limpiar todo nuestra casa. Tuvimos que limpiar todos esos tenedores, esas cucharas, esas como se llaman, porque todo cambió de color. Todo huele mal. Toda esa área ahí por Riverside como apesta. Y no es correcto que yo tenga que estar aguantándolo en el olfato porque otra persona no está haciendo su trabajo. No es correcto eso, enteramente. Yo no sé cómo ustedes lo ven, pero extrañamente nadie dice nada. Está escrito que el pez más grande se comerá el más pequeño rico, humillando al pobre, pero dice también que el rico aullará como perro por sus teneres, la fábrica haciendo lo que le da la gana y no le importa quién sufra. Bueno, yo no diría que haciendo lo que le da la gana a quien sufra, tenemos que ser un poco cuidadosos ahí, porque también no queremos que nos lleven a la corte, ¿no? Yeah. Pero lo que dije yo es cierto. Uno, en el pasado ya los encontraron culpables de thermal pollution. Y les dijeron, por favor, hagan algo sobre la cantidad de agua caliente que están sacando al río.
Yeah.
Yo no dije que BSI está dompeando veneno, yo no dije nada de eso. Dije que están dompeando cierta efluencia, que en combinación con el agua caliente está causando el problema. Okay?
Yeah. Well, the problem is there.
And the problem is severe.
Yeah, and it has been there, and it continues.
Mm-hmm.
Emmanuel, also on the other issue that we started earlier, someone was asking if this person were killed by gun or by any other form. It was by machete, according to the data. Yeah.
Macheteado.
Yeah, he was buried in a shallow grave. But Emmanuel, it make you figure how you could have chopped somebody like that and go and bury them. What's in their people's mind?
Cold heart.
Yeah, what are they in their people's mind? They chop up this whole man and then they bury her. You know, what they bury her for make them not find her?
Obviously.
But man, then the people are really depend something. I don't know what's their mind, because if they may do that for land and they kill this man, there's no way that they can get their lands. Whatever they think they are wrong. Our man just lose his life because of your ego or because you want to get what this man got.
Because of your ego. Every morning I pray about one thing, that we become a little bit more humble, because ego is the worst problem in this world. Tú me insultaste y yo no voy a permitir que tú me insultes, porque yo tengo mi orgullo, esto y tal, te van a machetear a la madre, bam, saca un machete, no me importa, te entierro, te mato, te entierro. Acabó.
Yeah. But it's sad that the man lose a life like that, boy, and you know, it seems like, you know, sometimes there are some family members that are not so close, but they look like this lady really had good communication with her father, no?
And to talk to him morning and evening.
Yeah, before you go to sleep, you usually call her and tell her, you know, I'm going to sleep now. But I wonder, it makes you wonder if this person saw this attack coming. So
I think that he had an idea, because he said, if anything happens to me, these are the persons who are responsible.
Yeah. So probably you maybe must say, maybe hide and got that present in mind and say, make her write this thing and left it there.
I don't know.
But that's a smart thing that he did. Apart from trying to escape, no?
But we need to take a break because the guests are here. 2 minutes after 8 o'clock. Vamos a tomar una pausa. Tenemos invitados. Estaremos hablando basketball. We'll take a break at the moment and we'll be right back with you. With our guests, we're talking Running Rebels basketball.
Yep.
How many people are coming in?
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
The first two phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project from the Belmopan Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first two phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. Diginet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, Diginet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by Diginet. Diginet Boost, now available countrywide.
And welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 7 minutes after 8 o'clock. It's a lovely, beautiful morning. Today is Wednesday, folks. It's Wednesday, and what's more beautiful because we got great achievement coming our way. This morning we have our friends here from the Rebels camp, and we'll be talking to them about a great achievement. And we'll ask both of them to introduce themselves. On my right, good morning.
My name is Rajan.
Okay, Rajan. Baptist, yeah. Guys, we still don't have a nice show here, but before we go into that, tell us about this team we are featuring this morning. It's what, Running Rebels? What's the team?
The team we're featuring today is the Junior Rebels.
Junior Rebels, okay.
Yeah. Junior Rebels is one of the best U22, U23 teams in the entire country. And we proved that this weekend in Cancun.
Yeah, but in the country, is there any achievement that we can say that, okay, the Junior Rebels won a tournament or something here in the country?
Well, the Junior Rebels participated in the National Ahmadiyya U23 tournament, and they placed second in the entire country.
That's a good achievement. Makes up the team of the Junior Rebels?
Most of the team,
Speak up, bro. Speak up, man. Speak up. Go there strong. Know yourself. Go there.
Consists of players from around the areas, Union Town, Farm.
What's the initiative of bringing up a junior team?
The reason why we bring up a junior team is because a lot of times the players from Orange Rock try to go out district and get developed. We're trying to develop talent in Orange Rock at a very young age.
Okay, so there is an opportunity given to the young youths growing up to be part of the Junior Rebels, which is something good. So after the Junior Rebels, is it that they get the opportunity to join the Running Rebels?
Yes, after the Junior Rebels, if a player shows that he can play at that level, then they are later recruited to play with the senior team.
Okay. At what age can they join the senior team, or it's just of their way of playing, showing the goodness that they are playing on the team, then they can transform to the Running Rebels, or they have to reach a certain age?
Well, I believe once a player shows that he can play at a certain level, then he will be recruited right away.
Okay, Deidron, how you see the guys coming on the Junior Rebels team?
Well, we play together, so a big role. And most of the team, the senior team, we get players from outside, and sometimes chemistry not there. But we play ball together from we small, so that's a good initiative.
Okay, so it could be that some of these same players from the Junior Rebels can have a merge with the Running Rebels, so that one time some of the persons from the Running Rebels are not able to continue playing, then some of these same junior from the junior team can join in the Running Rebels.
Sir.
Okay, so tell us about this experience in Mexico.
All right. In Cancun, there's teams from all over Mexico that came. There's teams from Mexico City. There's teams from Venezuela. There's teams from Belize. There was actually a Belize national selection that was there, and it was a good experience for all my guys.
You were a part of the Belize selection, or you were just the Junior Rebels?
We were just Junior Rebels because we try to give all these guys the experience. That's why we took mainly Orange Rock players. We took about 8 or 9 Orange Rock players with us and just 2 outsiders.
So how the Belize selection played out?
We met the Belize selection in the final game, which we won by 3. A very competitive game.
Yeah. Which team was the most challenging? Because you're talking about teams coming from different parts of Mexico. Which one of them, apart from the one that went into the final, which one of the team you found more challenging?
Mexico team.
The Mexico City? Oh, there was a team from Mexico City as well?
Sure.
Yeah. What made them more challenging to you? They big, they run fast, how you see?
They played organized ball.
Okay.
They played smart, and they could shoot very well.
Okay. So at the end, how did the Junior Rebels conquer that?
Well, we have a style of play in Belize where we play very physical, very aggressive, and very fast. So that was our game plan, to get in their faces, to play them physical, and to get out and run. And that's how we ended up coming up with the victory.
Okay. When going into the victory, Dijon, what was the most challenging part? And I said, boy, well, this is our last game now, and if we win this one, then we'll get this trophy. What was more challenging to you all? Every second, every minute?
Belize selection team was most challenging team for the whole tournament. Because they play the same way how we play. But we togetherness and we work each other, the chemistry, make we overcome that and get a victory.
How is it to be in this stadium? And we know how the Mexican Bengal, they really cheer for them team, cheer for them leaders for them team. And so how does that affect a team when you go out and play in a different stadium? Because we know that Belize, so when you go to a city or Belmopan, so they got their fans. But Mexico is much bigger, more louder, more participation. How does a team go about to try to not making that distracting you all from the game?
Well, as a unit, we always say that we don't want to focus on the nice outside, but we want to focus on the nice inside. We want to focus on the nice that we make. So we try to keep each other into the game. When we see somebody getting carried away, we call a quick timeout, talk to them, and get back into it.
Yeah. Was there any time that there was maybe one of the members from the team, or maybe the team itself has some audience cheering for you all as well?
Yes, there were fans who came specifically for certain players. There were fans who asked, let me see number 7 from Rebels, let me see number 5 from Rebels, and they come out to watch these players play.
And that is encouraging as well, right?
That was very encouraging for these guys.
So, which team you all went with for the final?
We played against Ahmadiyya, the Ahmadiyya basketball selection.
Oh, that's the Belize one?
That's the Belize
So
selection.
it was 2 Belize team in the final?
It was all Belize finals, yes.
Oh, okay. So Belize had come in, but then the Junior Rebels brought it.
Yes, we brought it home.
What experience, Raja? You have been playing a lot, and one time the Running Rebels, they play, we always hear your name, the call, and we usually see you make some good plays. What experience you gained from that competition there in Cancun?
Well, you see a different style of play, and you see players from all over the world come in. You see players making jump shots, getting into their spots. So you want to watch that and you want to learn and see how you can incorporate that in your game.
Yeah. You, Mr. Baptist?
When I left on the side, I had to watch. I saw a specific person when I watch, and I learned a lot from them just by watching them. Yeah. And see how they work ethic and how they work to get that way there.
How when it comes to size and tallness and weight, how does that compare to us when it comes to the Mexicans?
Well, in comparison, the Mexicans were very small.
Small?
Very small.
Okay.
In comparison to the Belize team, we were very small, but what we tried to do was cram the floor, fill the lanes, and box out and get it out.
Okay. So this trophy here, it says Copa Cancun 2019 Campeón under 22. Okay, July 2019. So this is the first competition that the Junior Rebels has attended.
No, we
out of Belize.
No, we previously participated in one in Bacalar where we won another Belize selection. Then I think we participated on the hoops on the beach last year, but we fell short.
Okay.
But this year we went to Cancun and we redeemed ourselves.
Okay, well that's very good. We have to congratulate you. So we have a cup. Congratulations to the Junior Rebels. Folks, what we'll be doing at this time. Guys, anything you both would like to add, because we'll be bringing on two other persons before we close?
Well, I would just like to say on behalf of the team, thanks to everybody who took the time out to sponsor us, who took time out to support us. Thanks to Credit Union, especially Mr. Raul Rosado, who really invest in the youths.
Okay.
And thanks to everybody who supports us.
You, Deidron?
I just want to thank the whole community of Orange Rock we support we, and I just want to continue to support this initiative because it's a good initiative. Yeah.
Orange Rock, we have a good opportunity to support the junior rebels and the running rebels as well, because winnings are coming our way. Well, it's now exactly 17 minutes after 8 o'clock. We'll be taking a break, then we'll be back with two players from the junior rebels team right here on the Sugar City Morning Show. Hello guys, congratulations.
Picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush Franz, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Every friendly competition has a winner and a loser, a runner-up, a second best, someone that just doesn't have what it takes. Our friends know this feeling all too well. Since Digi introduced their new prepaid data plans, Digi plans have been happier than ever. While the other guys, their plans just can't even compare. Digi's new plans have the best value for your dollar. That's more data for less money, with even more options. So keep being a winner and keep living your best life with Digi.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a
baller. Someone come? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa. Fastest question of the day. Why you the letter?
Who's a me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
Oh man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the environment.
So all of that? Well, know that to put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 22 minutes after 8 o'clock. It's a lovely, beautiful morning. It's a Wednesday. You know, somebody send more note this morning saying something. Let me see if I could find it here, because we will continue the discussion right here with the Junior Rebels. But somebody was saying something about, he said what? Happy Wednesday. He said, let's get over the hump, be blessed. I don't know why they call Wednesday the hump. I guess people work Monday and Tuesday, and I say, once I work Wednesday, then I know I could finish up the rest of the week. But we're here with other members of the Junior Rebels team, and beside me, I'll ask my family here to introduce himself.
I'm Tyreek Dawson.
Morning, Tyreek.
Rashid Reno.
Good morning, Mr. Reno. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you guys doing today?
Very good, very good.
Okay. Well, that's nice to know. I can't say I'm shy because when I play in front of a lot of audience already, when I play in a Belize competition and all the way in Mexico, so we're not shy to that, right? We're good. All right. Tell us, Tyreek, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about the Junior Rebels team. How you got involved in the team?
Well, you know, all of us have been friends for so long, so anytime a competition comes up, we want to play together.
Okay.
So from when we were very young, we've been playing together, and you know, we grew up and people started to see us playing very good, and they invested in us, Mr. Raul. So that's just basically how it started from about we were 16, 17 years old.
Wow. And from that time till now, do you believe that it was a good choice for you to join the team?
Yes, because you know there's a lot of other negative stuff that we could have been doing, but you know we chose to stick to sports. We've won so many titles. We've lost, you know, we've grieved together, we've won together, just like any other group would.
Okay. And Mr. Reno, your input into the team, how has that helped you going through life as a young man?
For me, it's good playing with these guys because we're like a family, and we play ball together. It's something positive. We play basketball instead of doing other things on the street.
Yeah, yep.
So it's good for me.
Yeah, so before we go to Cancun, and before, when we were on a break, Tyreek, we were talking about competitions in Belize, and you were telling us about this Amadeo competition in Belize. Talk to us a little bit about that, how that impact the youths.
Honestly, it impacts the youth very positively, especially in Belize, because most of the teams are from Belize, and you know Belize is a very sensitive subject when it comes to negativity and crime.
Right, yeah.
So like in that situation, it helps us, it helps them, and it helps us also because we get to experience the best basketball to play against in Belize, and that lets us build as a team. So you know when it ultimately matters in the biggest stage, we can perform.
So it's a good competition.
It's probably, I would say, it's the second best competition in Belize besides the semi-pro.
Okay. What have you both learned from being in that circle of the Amadeo basketball competition?
We've learned to play together, play as a team, build a brotherhood between all of us.
Does that like improve your skills in basketball? Since here in Orange Walk we are playing with persons from Orange Walk, but going to that competition, is that competition entails other players from across the country, or just a Belize City based basketball competition and you all join in?
Well, it's like 50-50. If there were 15 teams this year, it's probably about 8 of them that were from Belize, and the others were out-district teams. They like to invite other teams so that the competition can be bigger and better. Like, I think there was about 3 teams from, you know, the south part. Mm-hmm. There were 2 teams from the north, which was us and Corzal, and they were also a Cayo team.
Okay. So how the Junior Rebels did in that competition?
We placed second against a very good Belize team with some very good players, but you know, it was a great experience.
Okay. So the Amadeo, a competition, or they're a club? They have their own team?
They have a competition, and they have like a big Belize selection.
Oh, they have their own.
But they don't care about the players, like if they go to Chetama or out of the country, they have an Amadeo team.
Okay, Mr. Reno, so going into this big competition there in Cancun, the Copa Cancun, what was your experience going into this competition? What you learned?
It was a great experience because we played against different people, different talents, different team. They have the chemistry. We learn as a team. We learn to overcome different things when it comes to teams that can play together, come physical.
Okay. Tyreek, you see that with the chemistry that you all have and the training that you're getting here with the junior rebels here in Belize, do you see that matching up with the way the execution of the teams in Mexico?
Well, I believe that a lot of teams in Belize as a whole, they don't play structured basketball, but we're one of the few teams in Belize that actually play structured basketball, which helps us match up with other teams out there, because out there they don't rely on talent, they rely on structure, plays, passing, shooting, the real basketball the way it's played outside. So with us establishing an offense, it helps us along with our talent to beat other teams, because they are so fundamentally sound, but we're more skilled and it comes naturally to us. So when we add an offense, it's very hard for them to beat us.
So it's not just going on the court and be running around and say, "Boy, throw the ball, boy, send me over there." It's not that.
It's not that anymore. We've learned the bigger picture.
Okay, and Tyreek, I think it was Dijon that said that the Mexico City team was the most challenging one for him. Which one of the teams you would say that participated, apart from the Belize team that went along with you all as well? Which one of the Mexican team you said you would have figured, hey, them boy are tough?
Same Mexico City teams.
So them.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, them play tough, physical and structured. So they give me a good competition.
They have big guys.
Yeah, and them big and we.
Oh yeah?
When it comes to body and height.
How when it comes to the running?
They don't run us.
They don't really run like
So no can run left there?
But they play structured basketball, so when it comes to half-court basketball, then they give me a good run.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they are good when it comes to running on the court. How when it comes to their free throws and things like that?
And then I really miss neither.
Anything shooting wise, they're
they're good.
So we can see they're on the professional level as a club.
Yeah, they have some players featured in the team that could the IC could really play very good in a higher level.
Okay. So how it ended up at the end that two Belize teams were there for the finals? Who no had to defeat to reach that final, and who the other Belize team had to defeat to reach to that final that you all merged?
We had to defeat the Mexico City team, the same one we said.
So you had a tough one?
Yes.
Yeah. How that game went?
I mean, a good game. We win by like 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the way how the tournament was set up, they split the teams into two groups.
2 brackets.
Oh, okay.
So the winner from bracket 1 and the winner from bracket 2 advanced to the finals.
Oh, so the Belize teams were in different brackets.
Yeah, and we swept our bracket. We all won our 3 games to meet up in the finals, and the brackets were evenly split. So you couldn't say one had a harder division than others, but personally for us, the Mexico team was the hardest one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After beating the Mexico team, did you all wanted to meet the Belize team, or you would have preferred to play with a Mexican team for the trophy?
In all honesty, we want to meet the Belize team because of previous. Like I've said, we've been out of the country 3 years straight.
Okay.
First in Bacalar, where we won, we beat that Amadea team again in the finals. We went to Cancun, they came back and beat us, so it's like a 1-1 split.
Okay.
So we're going in thinking about also winning, but also being the best U23 team in Belize.
Yeah.
So like in our minds, we're going for for pride also against those guys.
Yeah. When we talk about pride, sometimes we need to talk about discipline as well. What was the reaction of the two Mexico teams that the two Belize team won to go into the finals? The guys from Mexico City, they stayed and watched the completion of it, or then just come out?
Well, the last game was on a Sunday.
Oh, okay. That was on the same. It was
No,
not the
it's
same.
not the same day.
Okay.
The whole weekend competition.
It's a 5 days tournament.
Okay.
But in terms of crowd attendance, the bleachers were jammed.
Okay. And the guys that the Mexican teams that play, they're friendly with you guys as well?
Yeah, they're friendly and disciplined.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. What it felt on the final, Tyreek, when that last shot was taken, and then you hear the buzzer gone off, and the Junior Rebels won. How was that feeling?
You know, it's something that I've never yet experienced because of why we wanted it so bad. You know, it's like you don't know how to feel, but you know it's a good feeling. Some of us cried, you know. Some of us really put a lot of energy and effort and energy into it. Others were just overcome with joy and thing. But you know, the feeling was like self-accomplishment, you know, something like that.
So you had a happy trip back home?
Yeah, I was very, very happy.
So Reno, how you felt?
Me, I'm one of the best feeling because we not only to represent Belize but Orange Rock, and we to represent Dwayne, one of we past players.
Yeah.
So when we win any competition, that's one of the best feeling because you know we make he proud.
Were you both on the team and when that long whistle was blown and the Rebels won? Were you both on the court?
Yes.
Yeah, we were both on the court.
Right. So that's supposed to be a nice feeling for true.
One of the best feelings to say.
Anybody you all would like to acknowledge before we close this morning? People who help on and get to know through this?
Just, you know, all of us as a team, you know, we went through a lot, you know, for the past couple of months, you know, with the passing of our players. So we would like to thank them. We would like to thank our family that was around us this entire time that pushed us to become better. The community, they never failed to support us. Like, you know, when we were in Belize, they went there for the finals.
Oh, good.
So, you know, people that supported us for the trip, and financially even supporting us just by giving us positive messages before the game and stuff like that.
Right, Mr. Reno?
Just want to thank the whole Orange Rock community, Mr. Raul Rosado, Laniel Garcia especially, and we want to thank everybody who did for support to it, even if they're not financially.
Right. All right. We saw what happened with Dwayne and what happened with a lot of youths around. Maybe not the same situation as Dwayne, but what's your advice to the young people out there, Tyreek? Because you share a very great experience in reaching to the finals and bringing this trophy home. What would you like to say to the youths out there that might be sitting at home and say, man, I know got nothing to do. Make I go walk out with my friend then. Make I go hang out. What's your advice to them?
No, it's not worth hanging out and getting into bad situations. And honestly, you should just try to join something positive. A sports team doesn't have to be basketball, it can be football, volleyball, something that will give you some structure, because, you know, sports has a lot to do with life. You'll meet a lot of challenges in sports, you'll meet a lot of challenges in life. So I believe that, you know, if you join a sports team, it could help you build towards the future.
Orange Rock, here we got it. It's the Copa Cancun 2019 Campeon Under 22 Volleyball, July 2019. It was brought home by the Junior Rebels, so congratulations. We'd like to thank you all for viewing us right here this morning. Congratulations again, Tyreek. Congratulations, and you guys are good. Your hand cold off in one, that's what means you're more nervous than he. We want to say thank you guys. Thanks, Raul, for bringing the guys here. And the Running Rebels camp continues, I believe, this weekend. Still camp is on? Yeah. This Saturday at the Orange Rock Multipurpose Complex. Yeah, so we invite everyone to continue attending these camps. It's good for everyone, like Tyreek said. Stop the hangout and let's do something positive. We will be right back, and Mr. Martinez will be coming on back with, I believe we got what? Meat pie, tacos, orange grapefruit. Because anytime he take a break, a lot of things he bring on. And sometimes he can't eat all, so sometimes he come back and share some. But if you see, come on, you don't see no grapefruit, no orange, and this thing that because I eat all. But we'll be back. Hope we have something I want to come back.
On Wednesday, May 8th, Belizeans soundly decided to take the unfounded Guatemalan claim to the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. According to the special agreement, this is what happens next. 1. By June 8, 2019, the government of Belize will submit the 2008 special agreement to the ICJ. Guatemala has already done so since their referendum was held in 2018. This will give the ICJ official authority to hear the dispute and to deliver a final binding result. The ICJ will then prepare a notice of when the trial will commence. 2. Next, Guatemala will have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to submit their case to the ICJ. 3. Belize will then have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to respond to Guatemala's submission. 4. From there, Guatemala will be given up to 6 months to reply to our arguments, and 5. Belize will then have up to 6 months thereafter to reply to Guatemala's response. 6. After the period of written arguments ends, the ICJ may allow additional pleadings, including oral arguments, and would set deadlines for those. 7. Once the timeline for arguments has ended, the ICJ will deliberate and make a ruling in accordance with the instructions and authorities granted to them by Belize and Guatemala, as per the 2008 Special Agreement. 8. After the ICJ's ruling is delivered, Belize and Guatemala will have 3 months to establish a joint commission to physically demarcate the boundaries between the two countries in accordance with the ICJ's ruling. The entire process will take no less than 4 years and can be as many as 6 years. This ICJ process will bring a final end to this long-standing Belize-Guatemala dispute. Belize and Guatemala will be able to put old divisions and antagonisms behind us and ensure that peace, development, and cooperation prevail.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche-France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche-France.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking, plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's now exactly 19 minutes away from 9 o'clock. It's Wednesday. It's a lovely, beautiful morning, lovely, beautiful day. Mr. Martinez, today is Wednesday, and we are here once again to,
I was expecting to see the the buffet with that you sent out to buy.
You were supposed to bring grapefruit and mango and
Mhm,
but I don't know where that
we never got on. Well,
That's why I took a break,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it never happened.
Never happened, no.
Yeah, but nevertheless, we are here again, and it's good for us to be here. Emmanuel, you know that when it comes to politics here in our country, we know that the village council election has come and gone, and next year, up to the 15th of November, is supposed to be the ending of this term for the United Democratic Party, no? But there's a lot of interesting activities coming up ahead. But we like to remind all voters that transfers are in this month and next month, July and August. But apart from that, we know that the leader of the United Democratic Party is slated to omit office, and also as leader of the UDP as well. And so the United Democratic Party needs to get a leader. We understand that there's two persons that have showed their interests in the name of the Minister of Education, Honorable Patrick Faber, and the Minister of National Security, Honorable John Saldiva. We don't know if anybody else will come up in line, because these persons are the one that has their name out there. But there's other positions in the party as well, which is for the first deputy, the second deputy. We have party chairman, we have campaign manager, we have secretary general, and lots of different positions that are there. So it's going to be an interesting year, and we understand that the opposition, they should be having conventions as well.
And that should make it double interesting.
Right.
Double interesting, because it's not only for one party that will be seeing this happen, but also for the other party.
Yeah.
So it's time for grabs. It's time, and you know exactly what I mean, when it comes to the delegate picking, and who has the authority to name delegates.
Yep.
And so forth and so forth and so forth. So delegates are going to be treated.
Big treat.
Big treated again, until finally you can come up with a consensus of which one is where we're going to.
Yeah.
In that election, in that special meeting, where the delegates will be voting. So a lot of interesting times ahead, yes, I can assure you that. But in particular for the United Democratic Party.
Yeah, because
not so much for the PUP, although it may prove so as well.
And the United Democratic Party, Emmanuel, from since the Honorable Dean Oliver Barrow took over the party, when Mr. Barrow took over the party, was when I think it was only Mr. Barrow, Mr. Finnegan, and the Honorable Erwin Contreras that won election that time. That was a big sweep in favor of the People's United Party. And Mr. Barrow took over the party.
No, but then we lost after that, and then we came back again.
Yes, that's why. He took over the party. He never won the first election, but he pushed hard and pushed hard and pushed hard. And then until he won in 2008. Well, the winning start from in 2006 with the municipal elections, with Mr. Barrow as the leader of the party. Remember, and the UDP won the municipal elections all over the country. You know? And then in 2 years after that, in 2008, the UDP came in and did a big sweep. And from since then, Mr. Barrow has been winning all the elections over the country.
And a lot of people are saying, not pay mind to them, but obviously I don't know what is talking there, if it's wishful thinking or what, or because maybe they're basing themselves on scientific information or whatever. But they say that if you notice that the PUP did extremely well here in Orange Walk.
Yeah. That's pertaining to village council elections, right?
Village council elections.
Yep.
But in other areas, the UDP did extremely well as well. And especially when you're talking about Belize Rural North,
yeah,
Corozal North, And in pretty much the same way that the PUP won all the villages in certain areas here, the UDP won in all the villages in those areas as well.
Yeah, so when you look at it national, it's a different picture.
You know? And when it comes to the ones in Cairo, they may not have won all of them one lick, bigger than boom. But we certainly won the majority on a number of those. And in certain areas we certainly lost. And I'm not saying that we did not lose.
But you say, Pa, when you talk about certain areas, when you look at the numbers, and let's say that one party has more than the party has, when it comes to numbers of village council personnel that have won, but that is not like a national figure, because remember, Belize City is not included in that. So they could say that they have more when it comes to the village, winning the village councils, but when you put in Belize City, then Belize City still has its amount to come up. And there might be more villages in some areas than are in the other areas.
Well, I know that Toledo has more villages than anybody else.
Yeah, and Belize Rural neither.
But then I have two. But then they only have two representatives.
Yeah, you see.
They only have two.
Yeah, so if you want to let a village there.
And quick, our pile of villages, but then they only have two. So in terms of like the amount of villages, the PUP may have one amount of villages.
But when it comes to seats,
it's a different scenario.
Right?
Yes.
So, like you say, it's going to be very interesting times coming ahead, Emmanuel. And you know the Belize City seats, they're not left themselves.
Oh no, they will not. They will fight hard for the seats.
16 is
and
the magic
I know
number,
that
no?
60 is the magic number, and I know that the United Democratic Party, which is the party in government, will not want to lose. So they will put in whatever measures that necessary.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
And both parties are coming with new leaders as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to the elections, Emmanuel, I see it. I don't see it like somebody get elected legally when it comes to buy out people votes. But you know what? They are still elected. Because when you are buying votes, I'm not talking about any specific party. When you are buying votes and people are collecting for their votes, then you're not voting your conscience, you know. You vote because, boy, like you always say, boy, the boss handle me, boy the man handle me, so I fix up the man. Then you're not voting your conscience and say, well, man, you know what? One party is saying that we do a lot of infrastructure, the next party are leaning against infrastructure. So you look at what you want to see for your country.
But at the core of it, we are egoists.
Yes.
And we only see as far as our noses sometimes. What I have, I don't care about whatever other people get. It's what I get.
Yeah, what I
get. And if I've been seeing that other people are not getting, and I get $50 from my area representative to go vote for her, I feel that I've won the case. I've won. I've done it well. But little do we understand that the repercussions of when we take money from people to go vote. We don't understand that we are actually permitting him or her to become corrupt. We're telling him, I'm accepting this money. Do you think you could do whatever you want? Because if, as a matter of fact, you won't have that, you don't have that right to tell him anything because he's bought your vote.
He don't pay you.
He don't pay you.
Yeah. So you're not got nothing to go back for.
All right? And by the bare fact that he didn't pay you for your vote, he's telling you what's going to come afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's telling you what's going to come afterwards. Hey, he have to get back that money in some form or manner.
Yeah.
You think that some of those politicians who spend millions and millions and millions of dollars of their money, that they're going to just let it go?
Sometimes they're not even.
Hell no. They want to go back in very simply because they want to get back that money, some form or the other. But we don't know. We don't notice it.
Sometimes I have investors behind them. They give them money and say, "Boy, I finance you, but you're going to win
Come and handle me?
Yeah. Like I talked to one girl one time, he said, me know the charge this man for vote for, you know. But that my money, so you have to pay me. That my vote, so you have to pay me. I know the charger, but then you still have to pay me.
This doesn't make any sense.
You understand? You know the charge, but you can't charge nobody for vote. But then some people feel like that obligation is there that you have to pay me.
No. And some people right here who are, I'll be honest with you, who are red till can't go no more red, are the ones who are in the line as well. But you handle she, or you can't handle me. What do you say about that?
Yeah, and the one they were.
What do you say about that?
Why, that like you say, you let down yourself. You go into that person, maybe the person desperate at that time and said, make a game and I must say vex, but you're not sure you vex. When you turn around and say, that one day, make you come back to me. So you don't know what you put yourself in. You know, they got some people who put on a collar shot and then they collect, and when they don't collect, they take it off and put on the next one. And then you know what I say? I walk there. But you know what nobody?
There was a case, and I will talk openly about it. There was a case in San Esteban where the person was supposedly paid $50 to go vote for the independent party. But, and this story, I got it, so I give you just like how I get it. And the person was not permitted to go vote because he only had his Social Security card with him, which did not prove that I'm a Belizean or that I'm a resident. Somehow or other, he had a Social Security card with him. Okay. You understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, yes.
So when asked to give some sort of passport or some sort of paper saying, hey, that he's a Belizean, because the law says you must be a Belizean or a permanent resident, then he could not produce it. So the person was in a quagmire, and he go like, should I get him back, or should I get him back the $50 because I never did vote? And we told him, keep it.
You don't get it?
You don't get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, so when I tell you that they were paying, they were paying. No me goes full de no me pay. So que vengan a decirme que no estaba pagando, claro que chica, ya lo vi, ya lo había pasado, platiqué con las personas a quien le pagaron. No me vengas con tonteras.
Yeah, but like we said, it'll be interesting times because you know how all these delegate things are, so they come up and say, okay, I want to choose this delegate, some representative, like say, then they pick the delegate and they know they get. Some of them don't give the delegate an option and say, hey, I put you as a delegate, but I want you to support this person. You know, they say, okay, you be a delegate.
And the value of the person, his principles and his values and what he stands for and his commitment to his people. You only look at maybe how he treated you well and how he entered, he passed, he hugged you, and he gave you $50 or something in your pocket. Oh, boy, you feel good. Because the boss handled me good. Ooh, yeah. The boss loved me. You know? Mi jefe. And you go like, put your green away and I'll make you an extra $50 the next time you pass.
Yeah, that's why you say like the commitment and the values that we're supposed to vote for people for, because when you are doing that, you're not only voting for a party or a person, you're voting to see the development of your country. So that big time party and a bashment and a big meal or breakfast or barbecue or whatever you get, that still not answer the question, because you're supposed to look at the value of the commitment of the person. You say, all right, I did vote for this person to be party leader, but then some people say, I don't want to vote for him because I don't think he could win because the next one more popular. But look at the popularity of the next one and look at the value of the next person that is in line. It's not only the popularity, not like the nicing of the market. But I'm not a delegate.
Neither am I.
So
neither am I.
I can't talk for them because they know whether they go through. And then I guess one time somebody put them as a delegate, they must explain to them, hey, I make you a delegate, but These are the conditions.
Well, I want to know that if they won't put conditions to me,
You don't want that.
I don't want it. Because I will forever be me.
You have to vote your conscience, man.
I will forever be me. So, me voy a quedar sin ser delegado, porque a gente no les, a los políticos no les gusta ese tipo de persona que defiende sus principios y sus valores. No les gusta. Quieren que seas un yes man.
Yeah, people might wonder why would they touch this, but the thing is that interesting times are ahead. Like we said, they have a leadership position coming up for both political parties. We don't know if the opposition never have the voting or election or whatever they have within their party for that, but
They have to. The laws of the party says, for, I think for both parties, that they must have it.
Okay.
So it's a leadership thing for both of them.
And you see what happens is, Tupac, if the longer the parties and take for select the leadership, the tougher for that leader, you know. Because remember, we might say we are going into elections and we are one party, but when that next person lose and they find out, boy, this man may play a league glitch for me, so me don't mess with him. But then when that they happen to make that leader heal that up, then time they go into election. Time is going into election, and sometimes the problems are not solved before election reach. So it's best for these parties to try to do their leadership convention as early as possible, so that whatever damage happened there can be healed before the big election comes. Right?
That's exactly right. But it's more like time for us to leave. It's a minute before 9. And so we want to thank you, dar las gracias por su sintonía. I'd like to congratulate the Running Rebels again for their victory in Cancun.
Yeah, Cancun.
Under 22, no?
Yeah. They bring a nice cup. But
Yes, for their victory. I mean, these things give you courage to continue on, and it's a stimulus to continue on. So again, big up Running Rebels.
Yeah. Encourage other youths to join in as well in positive activities. Not only the Rebels, but there's lots of positive things.
But Running Rebels has 3 teams, no? 4 teams, no?
Yeah,
Something like that. So they have the semi-pro one, if you want to call it. They have the under 22, and they have the under 19 or something like that. And they also have a girls team.
Yeah.
So
it's a big club.
Congratulations to Running Rebels. Raulito está haciendo buen trabajo. Y también quiero dar las gracias al equipo de producción por su trabajo y a ustedes por su audiencia. Muchas gracias. Mañana es jueves.
Yeah, tomorrow is Thursday.
Y
I know they promise you nothing, but you come to Universal Radio Friday, boy, 11:30, all right, not sure that? All right, 11:30 you come to Universal Radio Friday. All right?
For what?
You just come on. I got something for you. 11:30 Friday or that 2 hours.
You want me or no?
And they make it public, that's why I talk to Odette right now. Odette just text me.
Who the Odette?
Yeah, I'll see you on Friday, man.
All right. I will show up at 11:30. If not Monday morning, a scandal.
11:30, man.
Scandal right here.
Tacos.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah, pa.
Thank you, brother. So we cried, but we are friends forever. I still owe me one for Monday.
I will tell you about Friday, man.
I did tell you still owe me one for Monday.
Monday,
He
yesterday.
tell me I will do the show for you. I would blah, 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 but he promised me lunch. I waited 2 o'clock, he never show up.
Nubia never come out that day, man.
But it's about your promise, man.
I thought Nubia was coming out that day, but she never come out that day.
Well, you could write me a little note saying, dog, Nubia never come out.
That text never going because you're not a dog. Yeah, bounce back. You remember the mega movie with a man with the name Mr. Boo, and when he stopped by the calculator blew up? You remember that, the tropical theater?
But anyway, I had lunch at Panquitas. I just want to.
11:30 Friday, Universal Radio.
11:30 Friday, Universal Radio. I will be there,
Yes.
and I will announce it that I will be there.
I don't tell her that too.
All right, good. Man, they set me up, you know.
Or that they watch the show, man, just text me back and say, I got you.
Show me.
When you come off. Cara, don't time for you.
Muchas gracias por la audiencia. Cuídense mucho. Este show repite por la noche a las 9. ¿Sí, no? Gracias a Dios. Primero a Dios, vamos a estar con ustedes mañana a la misma hora, a las 7 de la mañana. Mi nombre es Emmanuel.
And I'm Robert Cheque Usher. We see you tomorrow.
Hasta luego.
Sugar City Morning Show.